I don't understand why everybody's all up in arms over Stephen Hawking's death. I mean, the guy's been dead for years. No, seriously, I mean, think of it. I mean, he gets diagnosed with this disease, ADS, when he's only like 22 or something like that. He's given a few years to live by the doctor, and then suddenly we're meant to believe that he died at age 76, which just isn't plausible to me. What's more plausible to me, quite frankly, is that he did die many years ago, but before then he'd obviously received some acclaim by the fact that he had a wheelchair needed to get him around, and he was a scientist in a field, a disabled scientist. So with this notoriety, he ended up developing a brand as one of the world's smartest men. I think that's pretty disputable, really. But then what they went ahead and done is decided that after he died, rather than announce it, to embalm his body, stick it in a wheelchair, and with a computer talking for it, nobody would ever know. Well, of course he wouldn't. What he did instead was the stock little electronic sort of robotic device to move his cheek to the sound of the computer moving to make it sound like he was voicing it himself, and they implanted some electronic eyeballs into him as well. As I say, they embalmed his body with some strong preservatives to make sure that it wouldn't decay. I mean, this is why he's looked about the same age over the last 30 years. You look at pictures from 30 years ago, he looks the same, right? And that's why. I mean, they just thought, well, he's got such a strong brand, we'd make more money off him by simply putting him in things like TV shows like The Big Bang Theory and appearances in a wheelchair. But we'd never have to actually speak to anybody because, well, he's got machines moving him, giving it the illusion that he's speaking, and people are fascinated by this, and they come and visit him and tour him from, all around the globe, and that's really what went down. But I mean, aside from anything else, I'm not sure that he was a particularly renowned scientist. I don't think he ever received a Nobel Prize at all, actually. And I wasn't so sure, apart from dealing with something to do with black holes, that he really did much in that field at all. I don't know what his contribution was. I think if he was any other scientist who hadn't developed this disease, he would not have had a name known at all. But in any case, they then just decided, well, now that his body's getting smelly and people are starting to complain, now would be a good time as any to announce that he's dead. So yeah, I think he's been dead for a good few decades. Really wouldn't shock me if in the autopsy they find out that his organs have been replaced by cotton. It depends who's allowed to do the autopsy. I think autopsy adjudicated by an independent firm should operate to verify it. So that's my little quick opinion. Stephen Hawking is dead, or has been dead for a very long time.